I don't know. We got lots of friends, but they come and go. Even though we've never said it, there's something that the two of us both know. Together forever, no matter how long, from now until the end of time, we'll be together, and you can be sure that forever and a day, that's how long we'll stay together and forevermore.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Pokemon themed video, and today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favourite episodes from the anime series. But I'm just going to be talking about series 1, the Indigo League, because I've seen these episodes so many times and they have a lot of nostalgia for me, especially growing up as well, and so I know these episodes off by heart, and so I can pick out easily what my favourite ones are from this series. But I do love a lot of the later series of the anime as well, and it's just that I haven't fully watched them yet. I'm currently re-watching them, and so I'm up to season 7, but I haven't really watched them all, so I wouldn't want to say which is my favourite out of all of them, and so it's easier just to say the first series because it is the original series as well. And because of that as well, of course, I am dressed up as Ash Ketchum once again, so yeah. Okay, so at number 10 we have episode 5, and this is Showdown in Pewter City, and this is the first gym battle of the series, and it is a brilliant battle. We meet Brock, the rock-type gym leader, and he battles with his Geodude and Onix, and you have Pikachu trying to fight this Onix, and you just think you cannot beat it, but only in the anime would you actually be able to do that, and he sets up the sprinklers, and it actually defeats Onix, and it's just a brilliant way to end the battle. And of course, after this, Brock decides that he's going to come along with Ash and Misty on their Pokemon journey. But yeah, it's just a great episode, and I love all the gym battles anyway, and it's just a great one to start off for the first gym as well. At number 9 we have Snow Way Out, and this is basically where Ash and his Pokemon get separated from Brock and Misty, and they're on this mountain, and there's a blizzard, snowstorm, and they have to sort of front it out in the cave, and it's just like, how are they supposed to do this? And so it's Ash and Pikachu, and they're all just like cold and scared, and you just think, oh, this is really bad, but then he lets all of his Pokemon out of the Pokeballs, and they all kind of huddle together and come together as a team, and it's a great sort of team bonding episode as well, which is what I really love about it. And then the whole side thing with Jessie as well, with her snow cones and all that stuff, is just funny as well. At number 8 we have episode 50, which is Who Gets to Keep Togepi, and this is quite a late on episode because obviously it features a Generation 2 Pokemon, which is brilliant. I haven't seen it that many times, and when I watched it recently I really loved it because it was just, they fight over who's going to actually get the egg or get the Pokemon when it hatches, and Ash wins in the end, but Misty is holding the egg when it hatches, and she's the first person that Togepi sees, and so Togepi kind of thinks that that's her parent, so like Misty gets to keep Togepi in the end, which is brilliant because then she kind of carries her around for the rest of the series anyway, and every now and then Togepi uses Metronome and saves them out of different situations. So it is quite a cool episode, and I just really like how they sort of fought within themselves to try and get this amazing new Pokemon with the egg, and then Misty just gets it by like chance anyway at the end. At number 7 we have 2 episodes which I'm going to join together, and this is Abra and the Psychic Showdown and Haunter versus Gengar, and oh my, these episodes are just brilliant. It's yet another gym battle, and it is against Sabrina. I have so many memories of these episodes, and oh my god, like when he loses against Sabrina in the first one, she shrinks them and they go into like this toy box, and it's just crazy and psychotic, and especially as a kid watching it you kind of think it's a bit scary and like, what the hell's going on? Obviously it's just like the psychic trainer, but she's got like the kid form as well, which is like the psychotic version, but it's just brilliant TV as well. Seriously, it is such a great episode. And then obviously he goes and catches a Haunter because he recommended to go catch a ghost type to beat the psychic types in order to beat Sabrina, and he brings a Haunter, thank god, because he's not going to get turned into the toy box again or anything crazy like that. Great episode, seriously. I just love even watching the 3 together as well, obviously watching them catch the Haunter in the middle of the 2 and then watching the final battle at the gym is just a great sort of combination of them 3 episodes together. And number 6 we have episode 15, Battle Aboard the St. Anne, and this is a brilliant episode. Basically the team gets invited onto the St. Anne for this event, but it turns out that it's this big Team Rocket scheme to steal all of the Pokemon, but at the same time Ash is also trading his Butterfree for Raticate for some reason. I don't know, he gets sort of persuaded into doing it. And on a side note, Jessie and James are obviously there as well, but they kind of join Team Rocket in that full Team Rocket sense to actually win for once, which just is hilarious because they never win. But also James gets swindled into buying this Magikarp, and you just think, what the hell, he's got this golden ball and he pays like all of his money, and that's kind of been like an ongoing joke in the series ever since then, being swindled by this salesman, and he pops up a few times later on as well. but also Ash regrets trading his Butterfree, so he tries to get him back, which happens. But then right at the end, after they've had like the whole catastrophe with Team Rocket, the boat kind of capsizes. It's like the captain is so ridiculously crap, and he's just like, right, I'm gonna go, like everything's fine, it's unsinkable, yeah, right. And so basically at the end, the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers, oh my god, Ash, Misty and Brock and Pikachu are all knocked unconscious, left in the boat as it flips upside down, and then Team Rocket are as well. So basically both sides are like trapped, and you just think, oh my god, everyone else has escaped, and this is just so crazy. And what's going to happen is the biggest cliffhanger ever, seriously, oh my god. And if that wasn't brilliant enough already, we have number 5, Pokemon Shipwreck, which is the follow-on episode from that episode, episode 16, and this is just amazing as well. They spend the whole episode trying to get off the boat. I mean, it's capsized upside down underneath the water, and obviously Team Rocket and Ash and everyone have got to work together to get out of it, and it's just like, I remember watching it as a kid and you think, wow, this is incredible, like really like scary stuff, but also like they work together to get out of it. And then of course they manage to get on in this raft, and they're kind of in the middle of the ocean, and you just think, oh my god, and they're basically all starving and trapped, and all they can see is his Magikarp, and they think, wow, I'm gonna have Magikarp for food. And then I think they kick the Magikarp, and then it's like, what the hell, it evolves into Gyarados, and suddenly the situation just gets so much worse, and you just think, oh my god, what have you done? There is now a Gyarados, and it's using Dragon Rage, and they're just gonna absolutely get annihilated. Such a brilliant and dramatic episode as well. I love how the two come together as a to be continued episode, and it is just brilliant. And obviously it features Gyarados, which is always a great thing in the series, but yeah, it's just incredible. Moving on to number 4, we have episode 79, which is the 4th round rumble, and this is quite late on in the series, and this is when he's fighting in the Pokemon League. And what I remember from this episode the most is the Bellsprout. I mean, Jeanette has this fully evolved Beedrill and really strong looking Scyther, and Bulbasaur manages to take both of them out really quickly, but then the tables get turned and Bellsprout beats Ash's Bulbasaur, Pikachu, and then of course to tie up the match he has Muck, which does a body slam, which just finally defeats this Bellsprout. But it is so strong. I mean, that battle is incredible, thinking that it's like this really weak grass Bellsprout, and it manages to defeat Bulbasaur and Pikachu, and it's just such a strong Pokemon, but it's such a great battle. I really do enjoy, love watching that episode. It is a great battle, especially because it's high up in the Pokemon League as well. And number 3, we have episode 21, which is the really emotional episode, Bye Bye Butterfree, and of course Ash releases his Butterfree into the wild to go off with the other Butterfrees, and it is so sad. I don't know, it's just because it's got the flashback of when he catches Caterpie and it evolves, and then it's just so sad. And early on in the episode, of course, he meets the pink Butterfree, and she doesn't want anything to do with Ash's Butterfree until they all get captured by Team Rocket, and then he saves them all, and so suddenly like they're together, and it's brilliant, and it's like really sweet, but it's just so sad when he releases them as well. But yeah, massive nostalgia as well for that episode, and then when the music comes on as well, you just think, oh my god. But yeah, it's just a brilliant episode as well. Coming in at number 2, we have episode 14, Electric Shock Showdown, and this is of course the battle against Lieutenant Surge for the 3rd gym, and this is Pikachu versus Raichu. It's a great battle. I mean, he loses against him on the first battle, and you just think, how is he going to beat him? The only way out for what they can see is that they have to evolve Pikachu to make him strong as Lieutenant Surge's Raichu, but that is not the good option. I mean, imagine if he'd evolved Pikachu back in the day, he'd only have this Raichu now, and it just wouldn't be the same as having the mascot Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu decides he doesn't want to evolve with the Thunderstone, and then he manages to beat Raichu in the end, which is brilliant. And what I love about this episode as well, because they sometimes do drag out gym battles across 2 or 3 episodes, and this is actually all complete within 1 episode, and it's a great just story the way that it's told throughout that 1 episode. Before I reveal the number 1 spot, I have some honourable mentions, and to start these off with, basically have all of the gym battles. I mean, the Water Flowers of Cerulean City is brilliant. I love how you meet Misty's sisters, and they all dislike her, and she's like the runt of the litter, and then you battle them, and it's like turned the gym into this big like stadium, which is great. Pokemon Sensation is the battle against Erica, and it is an all-female gym, and you just think, how is Ash supposed to get into this gym to have a battle? And so he dresses up as a girl, and it's just really funny, but then he gets found out, but then he gets to battle her anyway, which is great. And it's just like, it is a bit stupid how only girls were allowed to battle in the gym if guys were meant to like compete in the Elite Four. The Ninja Poker Showdown as well, which is great. It's a battle against Koga, and I remember like the house with all the little tricks in it. It's a really cool thing just to see that in the anime like it is in the game as well. Volcanic Panic is a brilliant battle as well, which is against Blaine and his Magmar, and Ash uses his Charizard, and it's just a great battle to see them two against each other. Especially because back in the day, Magmar and Charizard were like the 2 strongest fire Pokemon. And then of course we have the final gym badge, which is the Battle of the Badge, and of course Giovanni in the game is the leader, but you battle Team Rocket in this episode, and it's kind of silly because I suppose he kind of always battles Team Rocket every episode nearly, and they're kind of actually strong in this one, but it's great that he gets the badge anyway. So other honourable mentions I have are the Battle and Eevee brothers, and this is a great episode just to see the 3 evolutions in the anime all in one episode. Also Tentacool and Tentacool is a great episode. I remember watching that a lot when I was young. I really liked that episode for some reason. Also 3 standout episodes for me have got to be Bulbasaur and the Hidden Village, Charmander the Stray Pokemon, and Here Comes the Squirtle Squad. These episodes are all very early on in the series and then one after another, and it's when Ash gets his Bulbasaur, Charmander and Squirtle, and I just love the story behind each of them because it has its own story, as the Bulbasaur looks after the village and the Charmander is being released and left by his trainer, and it's just so sad, and his flame's getting smaller and smaller and it looks like he's going to die. And then of course we'll have the Squirtle Squad where he's like a firefighter and he's a really strong team member, and it's just brilliant, and I love them 3 episodes. And of course we have Pikachu's goodbye as well, and it's such a sad episode. That's all I really want to say about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so for the number 1 spot we have Pokemon I Choose You, and this is obviously where it all started, and it's the first episode. It is such a brilliant episode. I mean, it's where Ash begins his journey. He goes out to get a starter Pokemon, but of course he's so late. He runs in his pajamas, which is already hilarious, and then you meet Gary, his rival, and he's such a twerp, and you just think, oh. And of course he gets his Pikachu instead of one of the starters, and he doesn't really like Ash very much to begin with, and they kind of try to bond, and he works really hard, and he has the electrifying gloves and all that stuff. And then of course when Pikachu realizes what a great person he is, he helps him against the Spearows, and it's such an emotional like beginning to the series as well. I don't know, it's just brilliant how like the relationship becomes solid from then onwards. I also love how at the very end there's also the teaser into Generation 2 already by showing the Ho-Oh. It's a very golden, majestic Pokemon. It flies by like with the rainbow, and Ash sees it and just thinks, wow, what's that? But obviously we didn't know back then that it would be the number 250th Pokemon, Ho-Oh. But yeah, such a great episode and just such a great series as well. I absolutely love the Indigo Series 1. And I think I might just have to go rewatch them now actually after talking about this. But yeah, oh my god, I just love a lot of them. And there are so many brilliant episodes as well that I haven't mentioned, but these are just my personal favourites and ones that stand out to me the most. And I have a lot of nostalgia for them as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave a comment below of what your favourite episode is on the anime, or even just the Indigo League. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you tomorrow for another Pokemon video. Bye guys. What obstacle would you install in your gym? Teleporter, oh my god, could you imagine? That would be so cool. That's like Sabrina's gym. A treadmill, a bush, if you're a grass type I suppose. Welcome, oh no, it says nothing. Trash cans, no, because I am not Lieutenant Surge with that crazy ass gym, no.
Always gone that extra mile, depended on your